Welcome to Onshape for Makers, creating models to take to the shop. This is the part for today. And the part for today is going to actually look like that. Notice the really fine, high dollar free 3D paint I'm using. Don't have a good thing, so make do. This part, if you look at it, looks weird, but if you go at it, uh, logically, it's not really bad. If you try to do something a little bit off, you run into a lot of problems with where these two flanges intersect with that curve. The solid modelers get a little crazy and start having some problems sometimes if you don't do it just right, but we're going to avoid it by doing it the simple way. What we're going to do is start a drawing, and we're going to be looking at the center line from this face, and we're simply going to draw this shape and extrude it out till it's that width, and then we're going to look at drawing these two ears in it and extrude them out until they're this width, and then we're going to poke a hole in them and round the corners and be done. Simple enough. So let's get things set up to where we can get started. In Onshape, create a document. 23-T-01-half clamp. If you will notice, this is in millimeters, silly millimeters, so we have to tell Onshape by hitting the hamburger menu, come down to workspace units, select inch and go to millimeter, select mechanical pound, go to gram, green check mark, and now we're in millimeters. To start drawing, we're going to use this plane to draw this, and we're going to draw it as a rectangle, and then we're going to draw it as two arcs. So, front plane, sketch, N for normal, go to rectangle, you want center point rectangle, catch the vertical line somewhere above this dot, click once, pull out, pull down until you connect with that line, click one time. This distance on the blueprint is 13, and this distance is 150. Well, it missed. Okay, if you lose it, you can always go back and just type in D for dimension or select dimension, and then select that line and type in 150. It does an auto dimension when you first create it. If you lose the auto dimension, you just go to the dimension tool and dimension it. Hitting escape will turn that off and let you catch this. Left mouse click, drag it out and put it somewhere where it makes sense. Now what we need are the two arcs. The two arcs, if you look at them, the two arcs are defined as a radius of 38 and a diameter of 50. They did it because this was a contest drawing, and they like to throw in little oddballs just to catch the contestants. So what we're going to do is draw the radius of 38. We're going to come up to the center, to the arc tool, and take center point arc select the dot right here. You get a big circle. Doesn't matter where you go, just select this line and tell it you want a half circle to that line, and it will ask you for the radius, and the radius is 38. Now we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to click, we're going to pull out short of where we were, go half circle, and remember the drawing gave us a diameter of 50, which would be a radius of 25. So I'm going to type in 50 divided by 2, let the system do the math, and select check mark. Now what we want to do is extrude this, and we're going to select extrude, and we're going to select the pieces we want to extrude, and grab your mouse and tilt it a little bit. Select symmetric. If you'll remember, we're going 83. So we type in 83, enter, green check mark, and there is the first part. To round the corners, we'll go to the fillet tool, type in 15, select that line, that line, that line, that line, and green check mark. That finishes that part. Now we need to do these two ears. If you'll notice, the ears are symmetrical about the center line. It's 28 millimeters between them, and each one is 13. Select front and sketch, and N for normal. Now you need to come up here to this, and it's called use, project, or convert. And what we want to do is select that line, which references the geometry we did in the new sketch, and it ties them together logically in the back end of wherever the mystery is. It will come over here to center point, rectangle, and come up here and select construction. We will select a line here, pull it up some distance, and remember this distance right here was 28. The rest of it we really don't care about right now. So we'll just hit the enter key or escape key or whatever and leave it. Now we need to make the two ears, and to make the two ears we'll take a corner rectangle. We'll select this corner, and we're going to pull out a little ways and pull down until you connect with the arc here. When you connect with the arc, it will ask you, maybe, there it is, and you can type in 13 and an escape. And then we will come and do a corner arc, connect with the corner, pull down until you connect with the radius anywhere, click on it, type in 13 and hit enter. Now the only thing we have left is the distance from here to here, which is 61 plus 25. So we will go to the dimension tool. We will select the base of the part. We will select the top of the tab and type in 61 plus 25, enter key. and a green check mark to close out the sketch. And now we have our ears ready to extrude. So we will select extrude, symmetric, select the two ears. If you'll remember, we had a 25 radius, which means this is 50. So we will type in 25 times 2. You can do it in your head, but if you do it this way, when somebody reworks a model, they will see how you got the answer. Okay, green check mark. Let's see how this fits perfectly up here with no errors. That's what you're looking for. Now to round this, there's a dozen ways, but the built-in tool is called fillet, and one of the fillets is called full round. I can select this part and turn it by holding the right mouse button, select that part, and then I can select the top and a green check mark, and I've got a perfect fillet. So I can go back, fillet tool, full round, one edge, the other edge, and the top edge, and a check mark, and I have everything except this hole. If you type in P at that point, you can get rid of all those planes because we're through with those planes. The easy way to get a hole is to use the hole tool. If you will notice, this hole is at the center point of the radius, and it is 17 in diameter. So we will tell it we want a 17 millimeter simple hole that goes all the way through the part, and then this little strange looking connector right here, click on it one time and move your mouse over, and when you touch the outside periphery, it will light up and it will suddenly have the center point of that radius, and you simply click. And when you click, it will use the center point of the radius as the start of the hole and run a drill already through the hole and out the back side. We click green check mark and the part is finished. That's all there is to building this part if you go that way. If you try to draw these ears and extrude them over, it's real easy to get zero round off errors and whatnot. If you want to right click the word part and go to appearance, you can make it whatever color you want. Or we can just give us a gold star and be done. Anyway, have fun. Talk to you later.